Hi everybody, it's Angela here, and I am about to make the video that I am the most nervous about making. I've been thinking about this for a couple of days, and I just decided that I needed to swallow my pride and just do it. So give me a little bit of grace here while I kind of talk through a couple things. Today is February 1st, and so in my mind I was thinking, you know, it's kind of like a fresh start in February. It seems like January is the month that a lot of people make all of these New Year's resolutions, and I didn't really make any New Year's resolutions, but one of the things that I've been trying to do is work with more focus, but work less. So work less with more focus. And if you've seen some of my other videos looking at doing my calendar, well, now last week I got sick with a cold and I didn't get a lot done. So now I kind of feel behind, and I started thinking about like the two areas that I really feel like I have let go for a while now, and those two things were Him being my relationship with Christ and my health. If you haven't noticed, I packed on a few lbs, and this time of year I typically am like, oh my goodness, it's almost summertime, I've got to lose weight. But I started thinking about, if I do that the same time every year, what is that saying about me the rest of the year? So I was trying in my mind to think about something that could kind of keep me accountable, and I thought, what better way than sharing my journey with you? And not only sharing my journey with you, but asking you to hop on board and ride along this journey train with me. So I am going to challenge you, if maybe you are in the same boat, either with one or both of these areas that I'm going to talk about, that maybe we can be each other's accountability partners for a while here and see how we're doing. So the first thing that I want to talk about is Him. Him being Christ. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I always have the best intentions, and I have bought Bible studies and I will plan things out, and it never fails. That's one of the first areas in my life that gets phased out. So rather than trying to jump into something huge and make huge, massive changes in my life that I cannot stick with for the long term, I have decided to make some small changes and start there. So the small change with Him is that I am going to be doing something. This is actually on my desk at school, and I have another book version, and I have this as well. I'm going to start doing this daily devotional, and I'm saying this daily devotional because it is super short. This is Jesus Calling by Sarah Young. If you're not familiar with this, this is basically just Sarah Young journaled, and Jesus Calling came from her journals. It's basically a conversation from, like, she wrote her devotionals like it would be God talking to us, but everything is founded in Scripture. So it's not just somebody that's like, oh, here's what God says. No, it's very much founded in Scripture. And these are really super short. And the daily calendar version, like here's tomorrow's. Today's is about following Him one step at a time. That's all I require of you. In fact, that is the only way to move through this space, time, and world. You see huge mountains looming and you start wondering how you're going to scale those heights. Meanwhile, because you're not looking where you're going, you stumble on the easy path where I'm leading you now. As I help you get back to your feet, you tell me how worried you are about the cliffs up ahead, but you don't know what will happen today, much less tomorrow. And like, this kind of epitomizes what I'm thinking about sometimes, is I'm so worried that I'm going to fail further down the line that I don't even try today. That's with my health and my weight loss journey, my body image journey. I'm always afraid that I'm going to fall off the wagon, so a lot of times I don't even start. Anyways, I could totally get off on that, but I won't. But anyways, this Jesus Calling is, and then at the bottom it has 3 scriptures. Sometimes it's just 2 scriptures that kind of, just to start your day off right. So this is one of the changes that I'm going to make, is I'm going to start doing my Jesus Calling first thing in the morning before I get in the shower. Now for me, that means that, okay, I say before I get in the shower. It might be after I get in the shower, but before I do anything else. Surely and specifically, the one thing I want to make sure that I do it before is before I check my phone and check my messages and check anything like that. Because so often I do other things first, and that's why the Lord gets put on the back burner. And so that's what I'm gonna be intentional about, is making sure that I put him first before I do any of that other stuff. Okay, so, and this is just a very short thing, and I feel like in my life I'm like, oh, I can do that. Okay, I can do that. I can do that. And that's important for me. The second thing is health. Now, like I said, I have, some of you may not know some of my backstory, and I haven't really shared a whole lot of it on camera, but I have battled weight issues my entire life. Like my entire life. And they were never huge issues, but from a young age, being told that I was overweight and that I was heavy, that stays with you as an adult. And so I've always kind of struggled with that. And year after year, it's like I am a professional weight loser. Like I can lose weight. I'm Lifetime Weight Watchers. I know how to do it. I know up here how to do it, but I never make those long-term lifestyle changes. I have for like 5 years at a time, actually. Anyways, long story short, I started thinking about maybe, Angela, if you stopped focusing on losing weight and just being healthy, just focus on being healthier, then everything else would fall into place. You know, your health would be better, so your weight's probably gonna be a little bit better. So there's a couple things that I'm gonna do and a couple things I'm not gonna do. One thing I am not going to do, and this is where I need your accountability on this, is I'm not going to weigh myself every day. And that sounds like some of you are like, duh, why would you weigh yourself every day? But I do, I weigh myself every day because I worry about, well, when I'm trying to lose weight, I weigh myself every day. When I'm gaining weight, I don't weigh myself every day because I'm like, I don't wanna see that, I don't wanna see that. But I'm not gonna do that. I am going to weigh myself once a week. And that to me is kind of like a check-in to make sure that for me, my weight is a point that I need to be aware of. And I've talked to my doctor about this. She is actually the one that suggested I weigh myself every day, but it can become an obsession. So I need to make sure that I step back from that and I only weigh myself once a week. I am gonna weigh myself on Sundays because today is Sunday, and I weighed myself this morning and I wrote down that starting weight. It wasn't my all-time high, so that's a good thing. And the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm not going to take measurements. I did this after I had my second son, and I did want to know how many inches I had lost, but I didn't want that number to be in my head. So what I did, let me grab my stuff here. I took different colors of ribbon the first time I did this, but this time I'm just gonna use, I have this huge spool of white ribbon, so I'm just gonna use this. And what you do is, instead of actually measuring yourself using a tape measure, you just use the ribbon and you measure your weight, your waist, you measure, you know, under your bust line, anywhere you would normally do your measurements, you use ribbon with. Now, what you would do is, like, let's say that your waist, there goes the ribbon, is this long. One can wish. So you would cut the ribbon, and now you still are able to keep track of inches that you've lost, but you're not fixated on the number. So then you just take a piece of masking tape and you wrap it around here and you write, you know, what measurement that is. So I'm weird and I put things like waist at belly button, or I put biggest part of pooch, because girls, y'all know what I'm talking about, that pooch. I've even done my neck measurements before. I've done my arms. Now that is not something that I do on a weekly basis. I won't remeasure this stuff, but sometimes when you may be looking at getting healthier by working out, by eating better, those types of things, sometimes you don't see the change on the scale because you're turning your fat mass into muscle mass. And so this is a really good way to measure healthy changes in your body makeup physically, okay? So this is another thing I'm going to do, and I'm not going to use this every day. Y'all, I think I just have like an addictive personality, that anything I do, like, I'm an all or nothing person, and that's part of my problem, is like, if I'm gonna work out, I wanna work out every single day, but that's why I can't stay with it. So the healthy changes that I'm gonna make, all of this is so hard for me to say, because I know that if I say it and I put it out on YouTube, y'all are gonna keep me accountable and you're gonna ask me about it. Okay, I love Coke Zero and I hate water. I love Coke Zero. Like, I probably drink, I don't know how much Coke Zero I drink, but I don't drink a lot of water. So I'm looking at small changes first. Okay, my small change that I'm gonna make is this week I'm really gonna focus on trying to drink more water, and specifically 2 of my big Bubba keg things. I think it's like 32 ounces. So I'm gonna be trying to drink 64 ounces of water a day. I'm not saying that I'm not gonna drink my Coke Zero. Okay, I'm just telling you, I'm not ready to go there yet. Don't take my Coke Zero away. I might have to punch you in the face. Not really, but maybe. But I'm not ready to go there yet, but I'm gonna try to drink more water. Now, I'm totally telling you, I'm gonna cheat. There's gonna be Mio squirted in there. That's just how I roll, and that's gonna happen, so don't judge. But I'm gonna drink more water. I'm changing out some of my Coke Zero for water, okay? That's where I'm gonna start for this week. And my children have been begging to go back to the Y, so I'm gonna try to go to the Y between 2 and 3 times a week. I like to go to the Y, like y'all, this is totally selfish. I like going to the Y because they have childcare and my kids like to play. And so when they go in there and they play, they get worn out, and it's easier when they come home because they're tired, and we're calmer, and we can have like night time and all that kind of good stuff, and everything's cool. So those are the small changes that I'm gonna make right now, is the water, not weighing myself every day, and trying to go to the Y a few times a week. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do yet at the Y. I like doing classes, but the class times that are there aren't always the best thing that I want to be doing. So I don't know if I'm gonna do Couch to 5K or something like that again. But if you have ideas, put them in the down bar below. I really hate to run. I always tell people, like, I need somebody to chase me with a butcher knife, threatening my life if I want to run, because that's how much I abhor running. So maybe that's a good challenge for me, is I should learn to run. Anyhow, this is getting to be long-winded, but I wanted to just kind of throw it out there. I am going to, if you follow me on Instagram and you want to join in this the him and health challenge. So the 2 things that I'm focusing on are him and my health. So hashtag him and health. That would be fun to just kind of like look at together. And if you want to journey on this with me, y'all, that would be so amazing. So I'll try to do some installments and let you kind of know how I'm doing. If you follow me if you're on my Facebook fan page, that's a great way to get a hold of me. Instagram as well, or in the comments below, okay? I hope there's a ton of you guys out there that are in the same boat, and we can like help each other on this journey together. I'll stop talking now. I'll see you guys later. Bye.